think you're above the law. But I'm not the law. So you should start running, because I'm going to start hunting. And when I find you, I'm going to kill you all.
Jim Grant is better known to his fans under his pen name Lee Child, writer of the successful Jack Reacher novel series. Jack Reacher Never Go Back, starring Tom Cruise, is now on DVD, Blu-ray, and on demand. And now joining me is Lee Child himself. Lee, thanks so much for speaking to me today.
Hello, Jeff. How are you?
Now, Lee, it may surprise a lot of people that you're English, yet Jack Reacher is an American character. How did you decide to make him American and not British?
Yeah, I think this character would not work as an English person because the landscape is not right. You know, there's not enough space, there's not enough dimension. If you think about America, the huge, wide open spaces, the secrets that you can have, the big territories, the big landscape, that's what this character needs. This character needs to live on the frontier. And of course that disappeared from Europe hundreds of years ago, and now the only place you can find that feeling really is America.
Now, sometimes when you bring a novel series to the big screen, sometimes you change the actor of the main character. But for Jack Reacher, was it important to bring Tom Cruise back?
Well, he wanted to do it. You know, this is the thing. He loves the character. He really wanted to make the movie. And so, to me, that is 90% of it right there. If you've got somebody committed to doing it, who wants to do it just for the simple pleasure of doing it, then you're going to get a really fine result. And I think you see that on the scene. He takes it incredibly seriously. He trains, he works out, he thinks about it hard, and it's all up there on the screen. And there is, you know, it's not like just paying an actor to do it. If the actor really, really wants to do it, I think the result is all that much better.
Now, Lee, with so many Jack Reacher novels, how do you decide on which one to make into a movie next? Do you meet with the producers? And tell me what those discussions are like.
We talk about it all the time, and you're right, there are a lot of novels, and so there's a lot of choice, and so it's really very hard to pick. And of course, you know, the inside baseball, behind the scenes stuff of movies, there are a lot of considerations, you know, can we work here, can we work there? I mean, for instance, one of the books called 61 Hours is a very snowy book. It's set in South Dakota in this absolutely snow-covered landscape. Well, that's very tough to make a movie because you can't really work in the snow. You certainly can't have take two in the snow if the footprints are already there. And so that kind of thing intrudes a little bit. There's practicality involved as well as the appeal of the story.
Now, we know when you bring a novel to the big screen, sometimes what works in a book doesn't work on the silver screen. So you have to have a dramatic license and change things around. As the novelist, how accepting are you of these changes, and how well do you work with a screenwriter?
Well, I do understand how it works. You know, I used to work in television. I've seen this done many times before. And in order to get the true feel of the book on the screen, you're going to have to change practically everything. So I'm totally happy with the idea that they're going to change things. But also what I learned over the years is it's much better if I just say to the screenwriter, look, this is your project. I trust you completely. I'm not going to be looking over your shoulder. I'm not going to be nagging you or offering criticisms all the time. That's what I said to the screenwriters, and I think that makes them relax and feel good and feel empowered, and therefore I think the result is better than if I was constantly poking my nose in and trying to tell them what to do. This is their profession, their job. I always figure it out on the shoe on the other foot test. How would I feel if they were calling me and telling me how to write my book? You know, I think we've got to let the experts do their thing.
I think the proper mood and setting for Jack Reacher Never Go Back is the city of New Orleans, the Big Easy. I can't think of a more exciting backdrop or city to have Jack Reacher do his deeds in.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, New Orleans is a fascinating place. It looks great on the screen. There are all kinds of nooks and crannies that can be used. And I think, you know, for the last 10 years, people have had a pretty warm feeling towards New Orleans after terrible things that happened there. So it was really an ideal backdrop with a lot going on. And as it happens, we started filming about 1 year ago, just as it was coming up to Halloween. And you know how great the city looks at that time of year with all the potential for big scenes. And that shows up in the movie. And so I'm really happy with that decision. Yeah, it was a great place to work.
All right, Lee, are you turning into an Alfred Hitchcock? Because are we going to have another cameo in Jack Reacher Never Go Back? Should I look for you?
Yeah, I'm totally Alfred Hitchcock. There's a cameo in this one, and it's a theme as well. Tom Cruise had this idea that I should always be a character who is somehow judging or approving him. Because, you know, I invented the character, he's playing him in the movie, and it's a kind of nod. It's a kind of me saying, yeah, you'll do, have fun with it. And so that's the theme of the cameos, and hopefully there will be many more. And like Alfred Hitchcock, hopefully I'll be in every one.
All right, Lee, for your next novel, Jack Reacher has to be set in Las Vegas. It's the most exciting city in the world. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Las Vegas native.
You bet. I love Vegas, and it's exactly the sort of territory where Reacher could have a lot of fun.
Lee, thank you so much for speaking to me today, and congratulations on all your success, and I can't wait to see the next Jack Reacher movie.
You bet. Thank you.
Jack Reacher is now available on Blu-ray, DVD, and on demand. And for more reviews and interviews, you can surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.